Hey everyone, Panda here. So today I've actually got something quite special, as when I first went into this game I didn't think I would enjoy it at all. Then when I finished it, I absolutely love it and would go so far as to say that this is probably my game of 2014/2015. And it rightfully would deserve that. This game's amazing, yeah? I mean, I have to preface this by saying I haven't played any previous, well not previous, but haven't played any Sonic game at all, so even though everyone keeps saying that this is Sonic for 2014/2015, my view, I would feel, is kind of unbiased on this subject when I say that it is amazing, yeah? I would go so far as to even say this game is such that I could just recommend it for you to play right here and now. I didn't think I would enjoy this, yeah? I didn't think I would enjoy this. I'm not the sort of person that enjoys platformers, but yet here I am. I absolutely love Freedom Planet. So what is Freedom Planet then? Freedom Planet is, in a nutshell, a Sonic game. Except it's not Sonic. So you blaze through levels collecting coins or rings or gems or whatever it is that is your fancy. As well as collecting some power-ups and occasionally picking up some gems you can spend in mini-games later on. And yeah, the entire point of it is to blaze through levels as fast as possible. And the levels are all unique, varied, and kind of have a half-decent story to it. I mean, the story isn't great, yeah? The voice actors for it are a bit over the place, but in general they're good, and there's some actual emotion and weight in some of the parts of the game, so yeah, the story isn't that bad, but it is serviceable. So we'll just get into a game in Sherry. Oh, wait. I didn't mean to do that. There we go. There's multiple characters, and this is quite important here. There's multiple characters in the game. There's 3 at the moment, I believe. There's Lilac, Carol, and a third character that I haven't played yet. And they all play differently than each other. And as such, each level is played differently than the other. Yeah? Lilac can blaze through levels. She's kind of like, I guess she's kind of like Sonic in that regard. She can charge up, she can go at the speed of sound, so to speak, and she kind of lacks some decent fighting moves. But you got Carol over here, who can walk up vertical walls, who can get a bike as a power-up, I do believe. I've gotten that a couple of times. And she's in general very good at fighting. Her special move, instead of being a charge-up move thingy, is a spinning kick. Oh, not spinning, a kick. She just kicks really fast, basically. Anyways, I've actually cleared the game in 7 hours, so this game is a bit on the short side. However, each level is, again, unique, different, and varied, so if you play through it again on a different character, it does feel differently.
Yeah, we kicked some serious.
We don't need to see this story. The story is, again, quite serviceable at best. And already fucked up. Okay, anyways, here we are in Freedom Planet. And we're already being attacked by enemy ships over there. So this is one of... There we go. This is one of the levels in the game. You're basically on a flying ship, and you're, well, shooting yourself at enemy ships to go and stop them from shooting your ship. And that is... Oh god, I hate these enemies. And that is pretty much the premise of the game. And I'm already almost dead. As you can see up the top left corner there, beside or under, I can't really see it anymore, the charge bar, the blue charge bar, you've got your health. At the moment, I've got next to no health, so I'm probably going to die really quickly. Though I hope not. Oh my god, how did that even hit me? No matter, we'll just continue on as best as we can. Oh, now that was cheap. Come on. And we start again. The checkpoints in this game are actually very generous, I've found, even though I was put all the way back here. No thanks, I will skip you if all possible. Yep, thank you. There we go. Let's just get over these. There we go. So how is the actual gameplay then? Well, in case you haven't guessed, I absolutely love this. Yeah, I mean, I've said that before, but the feeling of when you're going at ludicrous speeds is fantastic. I really can't commend it enough for just how ridiculously fast you can go. Yeah, you can really pick up some surprising speed. Ludicrously so. You can absolutely blaze through the level at times. Particularly as Carol, who can... Oh, not Carol. Lilac, the character I'm playing right now, as she's got the charge moves that allow her to go at the speed of sound, so to speak. Oops. And we've gotten to one of the mini-bosses in the game, and there is too many mini-bosses to even begin to count. There's at least 3 mini-bosses per level, so you're, even when you're not fighting a boss itself, you're still fighting these decently hard enemies. That wasn't decently hard because, well, I've actually played this level a bit before, so all the mini-bosses offer a bit of a challenge. Oh, that was actually surprisingly easy. I'm already at the end of this base. And to some degree, the actual main bosses themselves of the levels are kind of hard as well. But it's all over the place with the difficulty curve of bosses, like actual main bosses. Sometimes they can have an appropriate difficulty curve that's that goes nicely with how you're progressing in the game. And then there's just these bosses that just, oh my god, you can take literally up to 100 lives to kill it. And I'm not lying when I say that. There's stats being collected by the developer of this game himself, themselves, that can back me up with this. This game can be a really big pain in the dick at times. But since I installed one of the betas for the game, in which the developer has just went, let's make things a bit simpler for these main bosses, I actually found the bosses are a bit more easy to handle. Well, not easy to handle, but more appropriate for their level. Yeah? It just seems to, at least to me, come out of nowhere with these massive difficulty spike walls that you just struggle to get through or over. But even that doesn't put a damper on things for me, as it's just still so fun just zipping through the level like this, fighting bosses, fighting enemies even, or well, in my case, ignoring enemies. And yeah, I'm actually running out of things to say about this game because it's just so good that it's hard to find critique about it. I can tell you about the game, sure, but there's hardly anything to critique about it because it's just that good.
You just don't know when to fold, do you?
Don't you get it? Lord Brevin
And more
like to
story.
go.
So this is actually going to take a fair amount of effort to actually beat, because this guy's a pain in the dick. He's got ranged attacks which are annoying to deal with, and he's got rapid fire attacks. Oh, probably one of the harder mini bosses. Oh, well, that was easy enough, I guess. Jeez, now I look like I've got egg on my face. Building up that fight, and I was like, yeah, this is so hard, so difficult. Oh, so much work and effort. But mostly when you're playing through the first couple of times, it does take quite a fair amount of effort. And I'm fine with that. Yeah, I don't mind a challenge in these games. What I do mind, however, is at times it can get ridiculously hard. Ridiculously hard. And that's the only major problem I have with the game, except for, well, probably the fact that it's a bit too zoomed in for my tastes. I mean, if you're going through the level at the speed of sound again, it gives you hardly any time to react to some things. Yeah? If I'm going as max speed as Lilac, which is the character I'm playing right now, it can be really, really hard to actually react to things in time. Surprisingly so. Well, that was a bit of a glitchiness there. So maybe a bit of polish. Whoa, why am I getting some lag spikes here? That's a bit weird. I wasn't really lagging before. That's strange. Speaking of lag, this game is lag-free for the most part, except for right now, so I guess there must be something with my computer. Hold on, I'll just be right back real quick. So, as it turns out, there was something wrong with my computer and not the game. There was... I had actually 2 games running at once. Feed the Beast playing. Which can be a bit taxing at times, especially when put on some graphical mods. But still, this game normally isn't that bad when it comes to its actual performance. Can I get any more of those? No. I guess the only other critique I can make of the game, except for, well, I guess the performance just then, so we need a block to get that. Is, I guess, the graphics can be a bit icky at times. And when I say icky, I mean, there's no blocks around here, that's a shame. The graphics can tear when you're moving at high speeds, or in a diagonal direction, even sometimes, and it's quite noticeable. Oh, I didn't need anything there. So... that can be a bit of a problem. The soundtrack... Geez, the soundtrack's not even a problem. It's genuinely pretty damn good. Yeah. This is going to seem like a very lazy review, but I really don't know what else to say, except for this game is absolutely fantastic. Yeah? If you're the sort of person that might think that this might be the game for you, then just go out and buy it. You'll play it through probably at least 2 times, which will get very good value for your money since this is $15 at the moment on Steam. There we go. So it's quite good in that regard, as well, with the value for money. And I'm not a person that plays through games more than once. Yeah? So believe me when I say that this is a game that's a big exception for me. And yeah. Oh, I guess we got a boss fight here. So the boss fights, like this is actually a boss fight, not a mini boss fight, can be a bit hard. Sometimes there's distinct patterns you need to follow, like this one, which make it kind of pointlessly easy, but until you actually find the patterns you need to fight against, oh god, then it can be a bit of a point of trial and error. And then there's some bosses that can throw so many different things at you at once that it hardly seems, oh god, hardly seems fair. There's the boss that's close to the end. That's a big spaceship of sorts, and the amount of stuff he throws at you is absolutely ludicrous. You get shot by machine guns and rockets, and then those machine guns, they explode into little toxic blobs. Oh god, get out, get out! There we go. And he also charges at you. And the only way you can get out of the way of the charge is if you pretty much jump on top of the walls, but the arena is pretty decently sized, so it can be hard to do that in time. But here we go. Apart from that, oh god, please don't let me die. Apart from that, every boss that I've fought has been, well, it felt fair, in my honest opinion. So yeah, if you have at all been intrigued by what I've said so far about this game, oh god, damn it, just go out and buy the game. That's my recommendation right now. Just buy it. Go and buy it. I didn't think I would love it, but it's great. The soundtrack is amazing. The graphics, even though these graphics aren't really my sort of thing even, they're still pretty damn good. The gameplay is solid. Oh god, no, there we go. Boss fights are great. And all the bosses are varied. I just don't know what else to say.
This is far from over.
Woohoo! That's how it's done.
So yeah, thank you very much for watching. If you could leave likes and comments, that'd be appreciated, or even subscriptions. If you could also let me know how I've been doing, that would also be very much appreciated. And yeah, I will see you all next time, so I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful day. See ya!
That's why your airships are boat-shaped.